Hey, what's up? My name is Tackless, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. This isn't a tutorial. What I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be working on my game, Terminal Island, and recording it and giving you some narration. I'm not going to be explaining how I'm doing the things that I'm doing, why I'm doing the things that I'm doing, very much. I'll do a little bit explaining, but pretty much I just want to see if you guys are interested in watching me in my creative process. And I will say, right now, I have a very messy creative process. I get easily distracted. I make lots of mistakes. I test regularly. Yeah, I don't have the cleanest development process, but hey, it works for me. I mean, look at all this freaking stuff I have. Well, you know what? It may not look like much. It definitely doesn't look like much, but it does work. So what I'm working on today is I'm working on these shelters in my game. And shelters are, well, here's my first shelter, and it's a tiny shelter. Doesn't take a lot of resources to build it or to repair it. Inside you get a food dispenser. You'll get a few pretty furnishings, but I wouldn't say most importantly, one of the more important things is you'll get a fast traveler. And this is the fast traveler. It's a big teleportation device and I'm working on, well, creating it. So pretty much the goal is you interact with it once it's unlocked. Then you can select which one of these you have and well, which one of these you want to go to. So, oh, that's why it didn't work. So pretty much each one of these, when you unlock fast travel, it'll increment fast travels up by 1. So, yeah. Need to do, let's see, once global fast travels equals 2. Okay, so we're going to give it a test run now. Let me take this whole rig over near my spawn. Okay, right there. Now I do know that to unlock that particular rig, I have to first craft the, repair the shelter. The reason I'm redoing this, if you watched and been attentive in my Terminal Island gameplay before, I've had a wooden shelter here, and I've always liked that, but it's always felt claustrophobic and a little bit useless. And I was adding so much awesome stuff to my second shelter that I figured it was kind of necessary for me to add on to my first shelter. Okay, so I've just taken a bunch of resources from my little cheat block there. I'm going to interact with this. It asks me if I want to repair a shelter. Well, it asks me if I want to build a crude shelter, which that's just the text that used to be there. There we go. So I was going to build a shelter for a little bit. Something cool that I've added is that this world gets very dark at night, so I've added an easily constructible torches. So here are the torches, and I would have liked to put a flame on them, but the flame kept glitching, so they're just no flame. But yeah, this is a little bit of light for you at night, and these only last for a minute apiece, and then they turn into charcoal. So let's get rid of that. You can see the light turned on, the door now opens. And, oh, well, that didn't appear. Well, I need to fix my food dispenser. But the food dispenser bit works, so that's cool. More importantly, let's check out to see if my fast traveler works. So, I can interact with it. There we go. Select your destination. And currently, the game has not unlocked any of the fast travel locations. So, let's go back to developing. This game takes so long to go between these screens just because it's so freaking big. Now, a couple of things that I wanted is I wanted it to power on its attachments. Wait, what's the item that it's attached to way over here? What is that? What the heck is this? Why are you over here? Okay, well this shouldn't be over here. Oh, this is one of my building models. I don't know why you got attached to it. Let's unattach you. These little hiccups are strange. I'm guessing I reached too far past my object. And, yeah, let's turn you back to a template so you'll spawn correctly. Okay, let's go into my brain. And Go to the second page. And I'm supposed to power on the attachments. Wonder why it's not doing that. Alright, so what I'm going to do is it displays these fast travel locations as unpowered if their fast travel is not found yet. So I need to power on these fast travels. Pretend that they're found. So we're going to do that. We're going to do fast travel 2. Fast travel 2. Awesome. Then let's add the next one. Okay. When selector is equal to 1. When fast travel 2. Mining. What did I name that building? Let's call it mining operations. Okay. Change priority to 8. Let's copy and paste this bad boy again. Not equal to. And turn these to gray. Okay. So we have 2 of these. So what we're going to do is we're going to, when they're selected, no, that's not equal to. When it is equal to, and when, let's do A, when A pressed, we're going to have it assign a numeric variable and start a Boolean variable. So started to. Now a trick that I've been using, and this is another thing that goes in my not super clean way to develop, but I have 7 pages of numeric variables right now, and if I just created a new numeric variable for every little thing, I'd have 20 pages. So I reuse some of these, especially in a local variable. So I'll use block chance for this one. What this should be is which teleporter it's teleporting to. Started 2 is equal to 1. And then started 2. Do I happen to have a teleport Boolean variable? I do not. Let's create one for this. Teleport. Teleport is equal to true. Okay, copy and paste that. Go down here. And this block chance or teleport location will be 2. Okay. So what I want to do now, after it saves, is I'm going to put a logic cube out front. And that will be the destination that these things go to. So, logic cube. Let's make it pretty small. Not super small, but like that small. Put it just in front. Attach this to my sign. My sign is like the center of this whole thing. That's where my brain is. Okay. So what I'm going to do is when teleport is equal to true, I'm going to have it call a page. Teleport equals. That's on do. I do that far up more often than I'd like to admit. Put the when and the do in the wrong place. Yeah. So we're going to have it call page 3. That was Y3. My keyboard likes typing Y and 6 occasionally, and I have no idea why. Since those 2 keys are right beside each other, I'm guessing there's a fault in my keyboard. But whatever, that's what you get for a $20 wireless keyboard. Okay. You know what? Let's have it switch page, because I want it to close down the this menu that they're in. I'm going to have it switch page to 3. And here, let's put a couple of effects to kind of look like it's powering on the teleport. So specifically, I'm looking for energy. Charge. Charge isn't bad, but let's see what else I got. What are creation flashes? Oh, these things. Those are interesting, but not particularly useful. Energy burst. Oh, that looks cool. I might use that for the end of the teleport. Okay. Energy shield and hover rings. Ooh, that's a small effect. Scale this bad boy up. To about there. Cool. And I'm gonna turn its power off. Okay. That way it's not annoying the crap out of me the whole time it's on in the game. Then, what else should we do? The scan effect is super cool. I'd like to put that out there. Codian energy field? Playing with these effects, sometimes I miss the ones that they added to the new packs. This one looks interesting. Well, that's new. Okay. So, yeah. Let's continue. Oh, I should probably attach this effect. There we go. Okay, so on this page, I want depth of field. I want it to display, teleport, initialized. I want that at the center of the screen. I want that to be typed onto the screen. Speed signs. Here we go. Good speed for that is, let's do 20. 20 to 30 is usually about the speed that I pick. Actually, let's do a little tip. You can do at screen position. Go to vector and push 0. And it does the same thing as screen center, except it won't be pushed around by any other elements. It will always be in the center of the screen, regardless what else is at the center of the screen. Okay, let's make this large. Let's world picker, the effects gizmo power on, okay, and then we're gonna have a countdown for 3 seconds, and then it's going to fade to black. Display fade. Transition time of 1. And we're going to have this going for the duration of 1.5. That's not 1.5. That's 1.5. So it takes 1 second to fade in. It'll take 1 second to fade out. So 1.5 seconds means it'll take 2.5 seconds to go from normal screen to dark back to normal screen. Okay. So then after a countdown of 1, as soon as the screen goes black, global player position equals, and then we're going to do teleport destination. I don't have like any object effects, so teleport destination position. Now, this is where, if we go back to this page, we have our block chance. There's probably a more efficient way to do this. You know what? I have a better way to do this. We're going to get rid of this block chance thing. I'm going to do started to teleport destination equals this logic cube. There we go. We can skip the middleman. So, yeah, that should work. After the player teleports and the screen goes back, I'm going to count down for another 3 seconds. And then, switch page to page 1. Page 1. Let's put a duration timer on this displayed for 3 seconds. Okay, and let's add some camera shake for good measure, because you can't go wrong with camera shake. Yeah, you can, but you can't. Camera shake, we'll just leave that as is, give it some decent shake, and you know what, let's make the controller vibrate. Vibrate at speed, and let's give it some decent speed too. Let's give it 10. 10. If you're wondering why I'm typing in so many of these numbers, rather than just using my bumpers to get over to them, if I was to go by bumpers, it would take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bumpers to get here. It is much faster just to type it in. So, yeah, there we go. Vibrate, camera shake. This looks like it should work. Now, what'll be interesting is that I'm not sure I'm going to do these brains, because I'm planning on making 4 of these fast travel devices. Let me just finish out one brain and throw a couple of logic cubes out in the world for it to teleport to. And then I will take those logic cubes and attach them to my teleporter. The subsequent teleporters that I copy and paste. Okay. We got this one, and we got this one. Looks good. So now what we're going to do is, we don't want the attachments to power on. We want this generator power on. And we want this generator powered on, so that the whole thing looks alive and active and ready to go. So, back to page 1, let's make these 2 powered off, and then just turn power off for this thing in general. There we go. And if we're here and we want to press B to exit, B pressed, switch page, previous page, kind of reset it. Okay, let me get my second location. Yeah. Instead of block chance, we're going to do started to, and then teleport destination equals, and we're going to pick another one of these wonderful object cubes that I've thrown out in the world. Let's give it a try. See how glamorous this process is? Sarcastic, by the way. Skip my tutorial. I did spend a ridiculous amount of time on that tutorial, so the fact that I allow people to skip it is necessary, but it's a little bit painful. Okay, we're gonna build that shelter. Let's kill this goblin really quick. Oh, I have these little logs hidden around the island. Well, hidden, not really. They're always very easy to find, and if you interact with them, they'll give you some story and some background. And even though that is a lot of reading, I put a lot of work into these, kind of crafting a world and building a story and a character who is required by the company to keep his thoughts written down. So you kind of get to see his thoughts. Let's interact with this. All right. And that spins up, and that looks cool. So let's pick mining operation. Teleport initialized. Awesome. And it all settles well. The center effect doesn't. That's good to know. That looks super cool, I'm not gonna lie. Now, you also are able to teleport to... Oh. Okay, so I forgot to power off that variable. Good to know. But hey, those generators look rockin', don't they? Absolutely they do. So let's go back and fix those issues. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how it's coming out. This is pretty much what I had in mind. Interact with it, pick your location. It gets shaky and scary and all kinds of fun stuff. Effects gizmo. Power off. There we go. And teleport. Gonna have it turn off. Gosh, I have a lot of freaking Boolean variables. No, I don't want a number variable. I want a Boolean. There we go. And one other thing I noticed is that it kept teleporting our player to that position. So I'm going to put started to. There we go. So it only teleports them there once. And when we do that, or after... yeah, well, let's go with that. And then right at countdown 1, we're going to play a pretty good sound effect. Play sound. I'm looking for a really, like, kind of sound effect. Not like that, though. Ooh, that's a good sound effect. I want to use that on my computer later on. That one's not bad. I'll keep that one in mind. That is a hardcore sound. I'm definitely playing that for the entirety of the teleport. That is an awesome sound. Play that. Let's do it everywhere so that after you teleport, you still hear it. Awesome. Alright, it's looking good. Alright, well, I guess the next step is to add on more menu selections. So, selector equals 1. When it is equal to 2, and when fast travel 3, fast travel 3 is equal to true, I'm going to have this, the colony, which is going to be the most tricked out, customizable place to live you've ever heard of. I have so many plans for that place that it's awesome. I'm going to have well, lots of enemies are going to be spawning near it. So first off, there's going to be defenses, such as, I think I'll have a craftable wall, which would keep a lot of the enemies out. I think on that wall, I may have craftable turrets that kill said enemies. Inside, I want to have, obviously, fast travel. I want to have a reviver, so when you die, you go back at the colony, I want to have a food creator. I need to have a well, a air purifier, a... Oh man, I had so many other ideas. Oh, let's see, a mechanics shop that you would need to build the final shield of the game, which would allow you to beat the game. Yeah, I have a lot of plans there, and I've got this system streamlined enough. It's actually awesomely easy to add on new buildings and stuff. What I'm showing you here is building it completely from scratch. Usually I don't have to build it completely from scratch. Usually I just copy and paste the code I've already made, and it's wonderful. Cool. So, no, not that one. Copy and paste that line of code when it is not equal to true. Remove that. Make these gray and gray. Okay, selector equals 2. Now we're going to have it equal 3. And the last stage of this game will take place on an island, like a smaller island. You're already on Terminal Island, but the whole map is like crescent shaped, and there's a large island in the center of it. So that island is impossible to get to until you craft a shield that lets you swim in the water, or I might even have a boat system that you can craft. That'd be a cool idea. But yeah, the water's toxic, so it'll kill you very quickly if you don't have the right shield. On that island, you will you'll be allowed to turn on a fast travel there, so you can get back to that island easily and quickly and safely. So, fast travel 4. Copy and paste that down here. I'm gonna make priority 6. And I need to throw another logic cube out here. That way I know where I'm teleporting to. Okay. We're going to put this one over here this time. Okay. That's the wrong object. I'm used to putting my brains into logic cubes, but that works. Scroll back to the bottom. Okay, when pressed, this equals that location. Copy and paste that. When it's not equal to 3, that, and we're going to make these gray. Okay. So here at the bottom, I'm also going to put display use, and then I'm going to put the D-pad symbol pad. Oh. I guess I do have to use the plus sign. That's unfortunate. I didn't put a space after use, so I need to retype that. Use D-pad to navigate. I'm going to put this. Oh no, not screen position. We're going to put this at screen center. What we should do though is in front of this, I should put new line, so that there's a gap. And we're going to make this priority 0. And we're going to leave it white. That way it's a little bit obvious, but also still out of the way. Now I'm going to cap the selector variable. And let's see, math. This equals to functions clamp 0 minimum and 3 max, and the variable again. That That way you can't go above or below 3. Pretty simple. Let's give it another try. After I finish building this, I'll probably end the recording. Okay. So once again, need to build the shelter. Build the shelter. Let's build the axe, cause I'm awesome. Pick up wood. Look in the casket. Check out the randomly generated names. Build a torch. Equip a torch. Look how awesome the torch is. Equips, eat some food and water that are in reserve. Eat some more food and water in the reserve to complete another objective. And now the shelter's complete. So now I can actually access the teleporter. It's odd, it's keeping me at the bottom. What is going on? I wonder if I messed up clamp. Well, I can't press B to back out. And it all calms down. I use clamp so rarely that sometimes I get it messed up. That'd be on page 2, towards the bottom. It's not equal to 1 when it is equal to 1. What's not equal to 1? What's equal to 2? Not equal to 3. 3. Let's put these on this side now. See if that fixes my problem. Seems like these new lines didn't do anything. Let's give it a shot. Now I think I'm going to add even... Alright, so if you guys are getting a little overwhelmed with all the craftable things I'm adding, most of them are optional. Like, you can have them, but you don't need to. You don't have to craft everything in the game to beat the game. It's extra awesome, totally cool stuff that you can do and should do and probably will do because yeah, it's awesome like that. It gives a lot more replay value to the game, and who wouldn't want to craft their own colony naturally? So but don't worry, you only have to craft a handful of things to beat the game. You have to craft a generator over there. You have to access the archives, which means repairing a water generator over there. Then you have to find some supplies, which are in various locations to repair your ship. You have to get into the colony, which is way on the far side of the island. And after you go to the colony, you can create the strongest shield, and then you can get to that center island right there. So that's really all you have to do to beat the game. That sounds easy. Let's go try using my teleporter now. There we go. So 2 of them are unpowered because they haven't been unlocked, but these 2 I can access. Let's go to mining operations. Awesome. And then it powers down. Let's teleport to ourselves. Woo! That is one aggressive teleporter. I like it. That is actually really cool. Cool. So, yeah, as you unlock teleporters, that will be available. So, thank you guys for watching. If you found this interesting, helpful, I have to keep doing this because it's fun. If you find it any of those things, please leave a comment below, and I might consider doing these in the future. I don't usually post these or record any of this because I kind of develop really messy, and it takes me a long time to do anything interesting. But, yeah. If you like it, let me know in a comment, and I might do more in the future. So thanks for watching. I will see you guys later. Oh, and this doesn't replace my tutorial. This just is something in between. So thanks for watching.